and welcome back to Wicked Art. This is Wicked here, and we are going to continue with our drawing characters. So we're going to start actually adding some muscle detail to it, stuff like that. Obviously, the best way to study anatomy is to study people, so to look at pictures and stuff like that. But I'm just going to kind of go over the basics of getting muscle structure down. So like I said, continue this week with from last week's thing where you just look at pictures of people and try to draw them. So we're going to do different body types and stuff to show you just how the muscles change. So the first thing I'm going to start with is just like we did last week. I'm going to start with the head. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and just set up, and remember, do this lightly so that you can erase. But we're going to go ahead and set up our stick man here. So I'm going to lightly, I'm going to draw darker so you can see it, but you want to lightly draw this stuff out, okay? So we're just going to draw a line on our person's spine, just going straight, okay? And then I'm going to draw in our hips right here, and go ahead and get that kind of underwear shape in there. Alright, and then I'm going to draw out my leg down to my knee. I'm going to do my other leg this way down to my knee, and I'm going to go down to where my foot would be, and same on the other side. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and draw my circle for my shoulders. Draw an arm out to the elbow and an arm down. Okay, so if you ever stop and think about like your hands rest like just at your thighs. People have different arm lengths and stuff, but just a general rule of thumb, just kind of bring it down. Elbows almost towards your hips, and then hand down. Okay. So next thing I want to do is, like I said, if you remember, we talked about that coat hanger shape. So if this is my head right here, I'm going to go ahead and draw this coat hanger shape coming off the neck. Okay. Now we can adjust that by drawing some lines coming off towards the shoulder. Okay, then once I have that, I can kind of start building up my chest. So my chest shape is going to kind of resemble this shape here, where I'm just kind of rounding it. I'm going to arch across and curve back here. I'm going to get my oblique area and that rib cage, and I'm going to come up and over with that and kind of go down with it, and then the rest I can kind of go down to this area and connect it here. Now before I finish out the rest of it, we're going to go ahead and put in the shoulder muscles. So I'm going to go ahead and, so our guy's going to be kind of muscular, so we're going to kind of put a big shoulder here because he's got those muscles in. Okay, I'm going to come out with my tricep shape. Now this is going to be highly exaggerated, meaning more cartoony, but the same rule applies if you wanted to draw it realistically. Okay, so I'm going to kind of bring it down in here. I have my bicep come off and turn in right off of this area here. Okay, now I'm going to come back down to this area. We can't really kind of see the elbow, so I'm going to just kind of bring the forearm out and really exaggerate that shape. Okay, so I'm going to bring that in, and then I'm going to come off this inside here and turn inward Okay, so once we have that in, we can curve our line out from there. Alright, so now we have that set up. I'm going to come back over to this side. I'm going to start our shoulder. Since he's kind of turned a little, we're going to start our shoulder inside this way. Alright, and we're going to come right off this shape here. So I'm going to kind of bring in, come out, make that shoulder shape. Alright, I'm going to do the same thing. Since I can see my bicep more, I can actually start it up here at the shoulder. Okay, so we're going to come down and curve that inward, just like that. We have our tricep back over here again, so I'm going to come out with it first. Then we're going to curve back inward, like that. Okay, I'm going to come back to this side of my bicep, so where I came in at right here, I'm going to jump back up some, and I'm going to put a curve to it, and make this exaggerated forearm shape here. Then I'm going to come out and curve back in up there at the top. Now we can work in this hand a little bit. So we're going to make this kind of shape right here, this upside down L for the thumb. And I can just curve that under on itself. Okay, and then I can kind of curve a shape down this way. And again, we're just more focused on getting the shapes down today. So I'm going to draw a line to split in the middle here. I'm just going to draw a couple extra fingers. And I'm going to come back up here to my waist. Okay, come over here, we're going to get our thumb shape in. And get the outside of our hand. Again, we're not really focused on hands today, we're just trying to get a basic shape in. Okay. So now for this, I want to extend this down some. We want to go ahead and connect this to the back. Okay. And then I can come back up here to my shape that I have. Extend that down. We're going to run our thigh muscle off this way. Take it behind the hand. And as we go, we can kind of curve out and curve down towards the knee. Now see here, I'm making adjustments. I'm going to go down past my knee just a little bit. Alright, I'm going to come back here and curve in front, making my knee shape. Okay, I'm going to go back over here to this area in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and curve inward. Just don't curve too much because you don't want to skinny it out. As we get down towards the knee here, I'm going to curve our calf muscle out and come back in. Okay, I'm going to come off this side here for the other side of our calf. Kind of bring that down. I'm going to bring that down and we're going to kind of curve in our foot shape. Okay. So again, it's not going to be 100% accurate. I'm just trying to get you to slowly build up muscles. I'm trying to stay on that same skill level that we're at, and as we slowly start to learn, we can adjust and change things. Like I said, the easiest way to do this would be to actually look at a picture reference to help you out. calf muscle out, come down, over here, calf muscle same. Got a little ankle shape here we could use if we wanted. And we're going to come in and curve back out for our foot. Now I can already tell that this is way too skinny, so I'm going to bring that up. My calf muscle could honestly probably sit a little higher, but again, we're just practicing here, okay? So it's not going to be anything we have to sit here and get perfection. So we have a basic muscle shape, so you can go in there, we can erase everything. That was our stick. And eventually the goal is, once you get used to this, you won't have, we're going to curve this up like this, but you won't have to draw that stick shape anymore, okay? Now if you wanted to, you could refine the head a little bit, get more of a head shape in there. That's completely up to you. But other than that, you're just going to clean up your stick figure so it just looks like a character with muscle on it, okay? Again, not 100% accurate or anything to make it look super stellar. The object of this is to get you to start seeing the muscle shapes, okay? So when we move up to the next step, I will be adding more detail. But we're going to do another one. We're going to do somebody who is probably muscular but yet skinnier. So we're just going to draw this head shape in, give him a little bit of a longer jaw, okay? So this time our coat hanger shape is going to be smaller, so we're going to have more emphasis. Since he's tall and lanky, we're going to have more emphasis on the neck here, okay? So I'm going to draw 2 lines for our neck, and I'm going to come back up my neck some and draw this coat hanger shape coming off the neck more, okay? Now I can come out from here with my lines from my shoulder. So I'm going to put a circle here and a circle here, okay? We're going to put a slight bend in our line of action. So we wanted to kind of have the spine turned this way, okay? So we're going to go out and come down to here. Again, since he's a little bit longer, our hip will start here and go back from there, okay? So just like last time, I'm going to bring my arm out. It's a little bit lankier, so we can stretch it out a little bit more. Circle, and then we can bring the arm down this way. Same thing with this side. We're just going to kind of come out, draw our circle, and bring our arm down this way. Alright, so now I'm going to take my leg and we're going to go back this way with it. Okay, so you can stretch that out since he's a lankier person. So we're going to draw a little circle in there and have our other part of our leg. We're going to have this one go this way and do the same thing. So you want to kind of keep the knees lined up just in case, but this is just for, you know, a character doing a regular pose. Okay, so now that we have those lines in place, we can come in here again. We can start building our chest shape. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to come out. Since this person is skinnier, again, we're not going to have this huge chest muscle shape. So it's not going to be as, you know, bulky. Alright. Then we're going to have a little bit more exaggeration on that rib cage. It's going to sit a little higher. So I'm going to bring that over. Bring that down. Okay, I'm going to have this for my stomach shape. because again, he's a skinnier person, and this will want to stay a little closer as well. Okay, just because he's thinner. Alright, so I'm gonna come up here and start building out my shoulder. So I'm gonna come out and in. Okay, so that's my one shoulder right there. Let's come over here and just go ahead and knock out this one since we can't see that much of it. We're gonna come out and go down. Okay, and then from there we can kind of curve it back just a tad. And I'm going to have my bicep, or actually just more of a tricep into a bicep. So the bicep's going to be super skinny, so our guy is thinner. Okay, I'm going to come off this area here and just stay skinny with the arms. Okay, now we can over exaggerate a forearm again because he's skinny, and then we can kind of put this in this way, so I'm kind of curving that in. Then I'm going to come out with the other forearm and turn it down towards the hand. Alright, so we're going to leave that like that for now. Okay, I'm going to take this part from the chest, I'm going to come in and kind of complete the shoulder that way. Okay, I'm going to build my tricep out. Again, pause the video if you need to in order to catch up. So I'm going to bring my tricep out. I'm going to have a very small shape for my bicep right here. Okay, and we're just going to drag that. Actually, let's put a little line right here so we can separate. I'm going to drag this out towards my elbow and come out for my forearm. Bring that downward. Okay, I'm going to come out again, bring it down that way. So see how I'm keeping him skinny? Okay, so we're going to take this and curve up to the bicep. That'll complete that half. Okay, now since he's skinnier and turned a little bit more, we have to kind of get that, lack of a better word, booty shape in there. Okay, and then I'm going to come out with my thigh, keeping it somewhat defined but keeping it skinny because our person is skinnier. Okay, so I'm going to come from this point here. Let's kind of curve that a little bit. I'm going to bring this down to here like that. I'm going to add in a little kneecap shape right in here. I'm going to come to this point, like just before the knee. I'm going to drag out for my calf muscle and bring it down like that. Okay, I'm going to draw this line in just a little and then come out for the calf and turn that inward. Okay, then we can come over here and get this thigh, and it's really just going to be rounded. Okay, what's going to help us keep it skinny though is this section here. So we have this. So now I'm going to go from here and just round it the same. Now again, this is just a stylized version of it, but you get the basics. I want you to be able to try different things. So find different shapes and sizes of people. Okay, so I'm going to draw this kneecap shape in here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and stretch out and exaggerate my calf muscle. Bring that down. Okay, and then this is a little bit easier. We're going to just put a slight bend and come right back skinny again. Now we could just go ahead and add in the shape of our foot here. Again, not looking for 100% accuracy on the feet and hands today. Okay, just trying to get a basic shape in there. Alright, then for my hands, I can come back here and get a thumb shape like that, and just kind of exaggerate a fist out of here. And I'm going to come to this side, do the same. Have my fingers come back into the forearm, and put a little thumb in here. Okay, and then I just clean them up. Like I said, eventually you'll get to that point where you won't need to do the skeletal structure anymore. You'll just see the shapes of the muscles and which direction you need to take everything. Okay, so just find some basic poses when you're practicing this. Don't have to be anything fancy, and then when you get that down, then you can change it up to whatever. So I'm going to put a little line in here for the abs right here. Forgot to erase this line out. Okay, and then I'm going to come in here and curve around to the chest, and then just erase this last line. Okay, so we got a muscular guy, we got a skinny guy. Now we're going to do a little bit of a bigger guy, and then we'll let you practice. Okay, so for a bigger person, you know, we can keep the head small if we wanted to, but we want to go ahead and just keep that size in there. Okay, so you could test out different head shapes. Like this is more of like an egg, I guess you'd say. Okay, now for characters like this, we can still use the same shapes, but we want to change some stuff. So like the head tends to be closer and stockier to the body, so I want to start up high on the head and make a larger coat hanger. Okay, and then I can come off of that, a circle, since I'm going to make this kind of short and big. Okay, I'm going to make my spine come down. Okay, and since we're going to exaggerate the stomach a lot, we're just going to put a tiny hip shape here. Okay, and then we're going to leave the legs alone for now. We're going to go ahead and build up this body on the top. So let's just go ahead and turn the arm downward. Okay, again, he's a little bit stockier, shorter, so it's not going to be as big. So same thing over here. Alright, so now I can come in here and focus on a few things. So we can make this guy a big guy with some muscle you know, attached to him. So we're going to come in to this coat hanger area to about right here. I'm going to bring it out, and then for the other side I'm going to come out this way. These are just going to be placeholders. So let's focus on this shoulder. Let's go ahead and come right off of it and bring it in just like that. Alright, we're going to do a more rounded and larger tricep leading right into the bicep. Okay, so I'm going to curve this shoulder around to here, kind of cutting off that former line that we made, and then I'm going to draw my bicep front up in here and curve down in front. Okay, you can actually probably bring it in some more, so let's do that. Let's use what we have. Let's use this and come out this way and make our shoulder right here. Okay, then I'm going to come off of this area, go back, bring it around, leave this line. I'm going to come out and curve it in, just like that. And so I'm going to use this for now, so I'm going to keep that alone. I'm actually going to bring this out some more. Let's round it some more. Okay. So I'm going to come in here at this bicep area, up here where we curved at, and we're going to build that chest shape. Okay. I'm going to bring that over, come up. We can use that side, just like that. Now I can come off my bicep with a little bit of that rib cage shape, but I want to cut down in front of that. I'm going to swing close to my bicep and curve inward. So see how I'm stretching what we already have? It's okay to make the adjustments from there, okay? So I'm going to swing that around, go over. I want this to come down just a little bit, and then I'm going to complete the stomach there. Okay, so let's do this. Let's actually round this a little bit closer so we can complete that kind of circle shape that we have. Alright, I'm going to come over to the other side here and get this shoulder in. So I'm going to come out and bring that in, just like that. I'm going to round out my bicep / tricep area. So we're going to kind of come out a little bit and go down. Alright. I'm going to curve in from my forearm and then exaggerate that out and curve in. Okay. So now that we have that, I want to go ahead and get rid of this just so I can see everything more clearly. Okay, so I can put like a little bit of a shape in here. I can come down here and kind of put some extra shape to it. Maybe even give them a belly button just so we can kind of see that shape of the stomach. And then we still kind of have that muscular shape here and here. And I can come right below the belly. Okay, I can make that underwear shape. Okay, he's a bigger guy. So I'm going to curve my thigh out wide and come in like that. I'm going to come in here and do the same and curve in this way. Alright, I'm going to go to the other side. Come in and bring it inward, but since he's a bigger guy, we're going to put some little extra detail in there. I'm going to come to this part of the belly. I'm going to curve that out. Come in. Okay. So we're going to make this a rather large knee and have that muscle really hang off of there. Okay. Then I'm going to come out with my calf. Same on this side. Come over to this side. Do the same thing. Let's put ourselves a knee in there. Let's come out and down. So we're kind of still keeping that shape. Might want to round that a little bit more. And down. Just kind of build a shape for the foot. It'll be kind of facing forward a little bit. Okay. Now looking at this, I could tell this probably actually needs to be a little bit bigger. So we can erase that old part. Okay, again, doesn't need to be 100% accurate though. That's not the point. It's just to get that little bit bit of exercise in of building up muscle shapes and stuff like that. Okay. So I can come over here and complete this part and make a little thumb shape. And come out with the finger here. Go with the knuckles. Make another finger kind of come off the edge. Kind of turn that in. Again, not looking for 100% on the hands today. Okay, make this other fist right over here. And that can be our hand there. Okay, put a little line for that forearm over there, or you could leave it off, honestly. But next, I'm going to go in and I'm going to clean it up. And I want you to practice both male and female. I'm just looking at 3 different male images at the moment. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to look at pictures of people and start breaking down the muscles after setting up the skeletal structure. Okay, you're going to go in there and try to build up these shapes, find different body types, kids, adults, fat, small, skinny, or large, whichever word you want to use it. Doesn't cause any offense to you. But what I want you to do is go ahead and practice that up until next week's video, and we will push it even further. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed it. And until then, keep sketching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.